GhanaCelebrities.com.
Studio has said, I mean, Arnold, you're doing Siano Yawad, I mean, any time in the Digman. Arnold,
Yakupon Boko,
Ugusunga Kranka,
Yakupon, Ugusunga,
Kusia Pieria. As a watchman, so the entire who watch me, we are not just a back pain or Babaja, not just a BB pan. But I come out here,
Yakupon, you're testing Quandia.
Okay, Kokama, in the radiasi, Nanzutia, we need Chikakran, Radiada Modia Babedu.
Sir, Kakaka, Equania by Quania, but
Sanatia. Whitney,
Messi, Apome,
Bako Yagusuga Kranka.
Nyamiado.
And then we saw the bodyguard about.
Bodyguard na Isaac Apen who has MBSN say open digestive. Occasion say it's not the one filled with chocolate. Isaac in the notion a day.
I see. For chocolate. As I see my clan, Isaac,
bravo,
come.
Nyamiado Pao.
Lumbani, Amashi show no bebaso.
Nyame third me or making.
Loving see Nemekasa if you come as you know, say, Minya. Mekrazana my if you say Ghana music was on the 3rd of May.
Same day now.
Was you inviting me to Kumasina? On him say Ghana music was because we 3rd May, but my main crime, remember Kumasina. And I'm sober. And I'm still loving Sipa. Ampa. Yeah, no, was a shirt.
Must be there.
And to me and go Kumasi. Really?
Say Ghana music awards in the Wi Fi. To my uncle Kumasina, young system more.
Okay, alright, you're back here. Anyway, Sabre, no me and Saba Ponsi, my economy. I mean, I said, I'm okay, Abebrese, Ahuman is here to meet you. Ama.
Hello.
Sorry, Ahuman, take all here.
No worries, no worries.
Na, Yanti said, what did you make? Yes, we need to. I was see when one young for mobile bebo who degura mobile buana as you bet me too. Yes, skin bleaching and toning. Cheche muka kadia na akofasa eye dwumedie nyina ba.
Okay, so idea about 2 years ago. And me who say even for me it started one of my family members, young lady, and me who say I said what started use creams because obviously I got oil nipa tuntum and you put on like at the end of yes idea no say one kind of truth. She just said to my family so uncle Riamu be into na afraid the oil koko. And to me, my who says that and who is around, there's a lot of things a lot of people do. And I realize that most people too who do it they don't want to admit it. Now I can't judge anybody or nobody can sit and judge and point fingers at why some people want to do it. But I realize that as somebody who I'm in the public eye and it's something we talk about a lot. We talk about it a lot, and usually when you know somebody who does it, I hear one of those things because they're very sensitive. Most people become wanipanechi. And I think it was not good. Sometimes I hear even some people in my own industry talking about people behind their back. I'm the kind of person I feel like, it's about time we embrace ourselves and just know that it doesn't matter who you naturally, we're all beautiful with a natural skin. And one of the reasons for this campaign is that I'm seeing now a lot of most of my fans, they're young females, and most of them are girls. And sometimes when you meet them, like, it's like the symptoms. And I've been talking to, doctors, dermatologists, what's the danger now? For Ghana, where is a hot country? Those of us in Africa, we have melanin in our skin to protect us from the sun. By using creams, and sometimes you don't even know what creams and stuff you're using, it can cause us damage. So for me, especially, for the young girls, if I can have it my way, no new people will start. And also, just encourage us, let's just embrace the natural skin that God gave us. Now, somebody said, well, you're campaigning against skin. What about wearing weave and so forth? I'm like, people wear weave, but weave doesn't, in the long run, people wear wigs and they take it off. The damage which is causing to some of these people in the long run is what I'm worried about. And see, I just want, especially the young people, just for us to look out, just start and just look around and be like, you know what, this is how God made me. I'm dark, I'm light, it doesn't matter. So I actually got involved with Nanama McBrown is somebody who's part of the campaign. And even she will even tell you that people come up to her and say, I want to be your color. And they think that's what is nice. But she's like, no, whatever God gave you is whatever God gave you. Also singer Pauline Ojo, Auntie Pauline, so you'll be a natural or your mix or your also that so she's part of the campaign. And our model Hamamat, so you'll be any person to NMA. So this is a campaign that we want to go into schools, we want to go into secondary schools and universities and talk to the young people. Another thing is talking to a lot of people and I'm going to say Ghana for me my omope and makoko. But yeah, if you talk to guys, most guys will also tell you say no, areas so I just want especially females just to know that it doesn't matter. I just don't want to see anybody putting their skin at risk. But in the same way, I don't want anyone also to point fingers and judge anybody who has done it because you don't know the reason why people do it. But one of the things I realized is that with more education, and it won't take 1 day, it won't take 2 days, it may take a very long time. But hopefully, very soon, most people will actually stop doing it because like anything else, sometimes, people will start things they'll find it's not for them and stop. So if we can encourage those who are doing it, and if they want to just stop themselves, is great. But the most important thing is just to embrace the skin color that God, gave birth to us with. So anything as I campaign or a basso.
Okay. Now, mobile shots, you also mobile call schools, money young people, money mobile din, come on mobile show, mobile say or how war ma obia or pon one bibisa. But before cancer be say answer now be you be any simpino no way you want kasa wo dear.
Yes, of course.
Yeah, but entertainment industry more. Even some of our actresses.
Actresses, actors, yes.
I'm for up in point two. Say they are bleaching, their skin tone in any home. Even cry over phobia. I said the last time I'll mention name here. The last time I'm in a bright or book back by I'm saying I don't know, but someone was just asking me say bright upon one or and I'm saying I really don't know. And these are people who are role models. Man for a show more. So I didn't know if you're now the young ones.
No. We are using ourselves as the example. This is using people who are role models. The thing about it, and yes, I here with young people. The main focus is young people, but this campaign is for BR. The reason why it's easier to pinpoint Obi or what TV, so I know you'll be Obi or what musician, who the musician is. You look at them on TV, you see us on TV, so it's easier. However, please, Quincy, look in your office, go outside on the streets. Sorry, it's everywhere in this country and it's everywhere in Africa. So this is not something to say because you're in the entertainment industry, fair enough, because of what TV, so I'm for sharing. But it's not. At the end of the day, this is not to judge a point and say, why are you doing? Because minima the country will be by your side, And some people, Obia want the reason. They always say it's easier to change a young mind. If you're younger and you stop from yourself from doing certain things, it's easier than somebody who's done it for 20 years.
But talking about reason, okay about reason there, then fine. Say, Obi Abe want reason to there. If we have to look at the reason there, then there will be no point. Say, just embark on this campaign because I'm sure the person will probably have a genuine reason, or you say, well, so then there will be no point for this campaign.
I'm saying
because who can say you don't know the reason why a man for yes idea way. Then I'm saying that if we have to look at the reason and not the consequences of it, what reason?
Consequences, Abebrese, dermatologists. We've been doing like talking to like doctors and stuff, and they'll tell you the consequences are very dangerous, especially any of us who live in this climate where it's very warm. And by stripping away the melanin, sometimes you don't know what is even in some of these lotions. And in the long run, and even now before it's like toning. People, if you talk to people, they're like, I'm not bleaching, it's toning, because they think toning and only bleaching is something different. So it's almost like we have to now let people know. Because let's be honest, a lot of these creams, God knows where they come from. There's no regulations. Also, we came to find out like one of the major substances which is used the most of the bleaching creams is a substance called hydroquinone, where they use about 2%. Now, hydroquinone is banned in France, it's banned in a few European countries, but yeah, it's not banned here. So people, I think they know the dangers of it elsewhere, but here it's like nobody is really paying attention to it. And I just think the reason why my focus is young people because I feel like the youth always need to be spoken to a little bit more. Or you're paying more. Sometimes you live your life. You don't say this, you don't want it feel like you're going to speak to Obi Pennymoore while living a life. Because the way you're free but with the young people, where you can help shape them. If this is something they don't start in the first place, I'm hoping 10 years down the line, side way in terms of from Ghana. Free has say it will not happen overnight.
Okay, na most as if ye mfanse mmamuna na nkoda no so na it say bia hwehwemu bia maye no echese nkoda no na wo mo ye sade we pa na because I'm thinking say ye mpanyifo no rather no mo ye
crazy. Apparently from what I'm being told, some people are starting in their teens because once a movie SS not that time, no. I feel sometimes a lot of them will tell me, go through puberty, no sports. Not sports no war, many my and compared to onion cream, many sports, Eddie, I sound like started. And see, the thing is, I think from what the report which we had, it was a report which was done a few years ago by Professor Kosa. At the time, it stated that about 30% of Ghanaians, and this is a report from the former director health of Ghana, about 30% of Ghanaians have at one point tried bleaching. So 30% is a staggering number. That was a few years ago. Now, speaking to health professionals, they think is more. And it cuts across class, age, it cuts across, so it doesn't matter whatever the person is from. It's from every people who are doing it.
Okay. Anyway, well, those are open. Any help that I want us to give you.
Thank you very much.
Any day, anytime you call on us.
And I think a lot of people, I just wanted to say thank you because you started this campaign. So many people have come and behind the back and say, oh, Amadina Wuyan is very good. The Wuyan is very good. But against me for because nobody wants to offend. Because somebody even said, my mother has been doing it. How do I go and tell my mother to stop? And see, I'm out for the brain. Say, they don't want to carry on. But then somebody else told me, say, why yes, half for so long? Is a grown woman, very grown, respectful mother. Why yes, half for so long? I said, well, Ostroso Obeja, because Ostroso Jaya, Onimde, Neskembeye. And see, this thing is is more serious than we think in our society. And I feel like, people, I'm out for come behind, I'm out for Kasa, I'm out for Ichi. But the most important thing is, let's try and talk about it. By virtue of your Kasampo, it will help, it will get people to think. And not for you to point fingers because, hey, where are you? Please, where am I? But just let's just encourage especially our youth on mobile and sense, our practice way, they shouldn't even start in the first place.
Okay.
So, 10 years down the line, so 5 years, or by next year, even if Papa Pempo catch 1 year side on the line for them, not a idea before, so but yeah, then I feel like this campaign is making a difference. Thank you very much. Thank you very much indeed. Abebrese, TV host, was on the actress.